How Does It Feel? I It's one of those songs that you never get tired of hearing, but for me, it's the perfect song in the dead of summer. And everybody's like, well, it's too hot for sex in the summer. Unless you got AC or a really strong fan, not really. Everybody, you're right on time for another ride on the Groove Line with your host, Chris Stevens. Hopefully, you all are doing well out there. This is day number 18 of the BMM 30 series. That means we're 60% of the way finished. I keep mentioning just how intensive this is, but I just keep being blown away by wow, I'm really doing 30 episodes in an entire month. Most of these are solo, by the way, in case you haven't noticed. But June is Black Music Month, and the BMM 30 series means that for 30 days, that means all the way through till the end of June. And I'm probably going to take a little break afterwards. The Groove Line will be bringing to you something of historic significance in Black music, whether it's an artist, a band, a group, a producer, a solo act, a sound, a genre, a region. We got it all covered for you. So be sure to subscribe, tap the notification bell so you're notified of all the new content that drops on this channel. And don't forget to like and comment on these videos. We have really good conversations in the comments. And the more likes and comments, the more eyes and ears get to be on the Groove Line, which is what my goal is. So I greatly appreciate that. So day 18, it's Wednesday. It's hump day. I don't know where you are in your part of the world, but it's kind of cloudy and dreary. And the most you want to do when that weather is around, you basically either want to sleep, or in some cases, you may want to sleep with someone. And the song I'm going to bring to you today is one of the last true OGs when it comes to long songs during that period. Remember when I said a few episodes ago that long songs used to be the order of the day? And this one is probably one of the last real good ones. And this one came out in 1982, actually. So they did long songs well into the 80s, but then it kind of sort of tapered off after a while because people wanted to fashion more of their sound to the radio. That's why you started getting 3 and 4 minute songs instead of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In this case, 11 minutes. So yes, the song I'm talking about is from a long ago R&B group that just sort of kind of finished up now, but they were in and out of the limelight and the charts for many, many years. Kansas City's own Bloodstone. And they had a comeback of sorts in 1982 when they got signed to the Ozzy Brothers T-Neck Records and dropped an album called We Go a Long Way Back. Like, you can ask any OG about that particular song. You and me, girl, go a long way back. Such a long, long, long way. I was good right up until that part, but whatever. But that entire album itself deserves a second look. I'm probably going to do a review on that a little later on down the line, but I just want to talk about the slow jam to be all slow jams. It was written by band member Charles Love, his brothers Oscar and Curtis, and it was also written by Kitty Sears, a songwriter and a publicist who does the women's vocal on this song, by the way. And it's called How Does It Feel? Kind of self-explanatory, isn't it? But yes, how does it feel? It's an 11-minute song. There's 2 vocal parts on it. One is Charles. The other one, I'm not exactly sure which member of Bloodstone it is, but he's the unknown person is more like the higher, falsetto part. And Charles is the one that, really just kind of, grinds it out. Ooh, girl. But yes. So this song, it's designed to either start the party or keep the party going, so to speak. And the hook itself is just intoxicating. Girl, how does it feel? How do you like it? Oh, girl, how does it feel? Like, just asking. Because, I mean, if you are a person of, if you're of adult age and intimacy is part of your routine, if you're a person who has somebody that you can be intimate with, you lucky. I hate y'all. But anyway, so if you're physically intimate with someone, you care about if they're enjoying themselves, that's a question you may ask. How does it feel? How do you like it? And that's what this song is about. And it doesn't sound patronizing. It doesn't sound annoying. It's just, they're in the middle of the groove, and it's just like, you know, don't you want to tell me how does it feel? And the funny part is there's a break in the middle where the person with the dude with the high voice is like, my back is strong, yeah. And Kitty sings, I know that's right. See, this is 1982. There's nothing new under the sun in terms of AAVE, African American Vernacular English. Nothing new under the sun. Everybody thinks Sweetie came up with I know that's right. And I mean, she brought it back to the fore, but black women been saying that for generations. I mean, I just told you a woman said it on a song about sex in 1982. So you just, I mean, black people, we've always been, we've been them. We've been the people. We set the trends. We come up with the culture. We come up with the slang. We come up with the verbiage. We do it all. So when I mean, the first time, I mean, I knew that I've been listening to this song as an adult with a critical ear for 20 years now. Going to the quiet, going listen to Tony Brown's WDS Quiet Storm, and he would play the whole 11 minutes. He would play the whole 11 minutes. Like there might be two songs in the entire set because most radio sets are like 15, 20, 25 minutes, and then it's time for commercial break or whatever. But yeah, Tony Brown on Old School Thursdays would play the long versions of every song. Sometimes during an Old School Thursday, you would hear Bloodstone, How Does It Feel? And it would either be two songs after that or one or two songs before it, and then it would go to Tony cutting to commercial break. But yeah, How Does It Feel is 11 minutes long. It's kind of like an all-star cast if you think about it. You've got the late Ndugu Chancellor on drums, and the late Don Myrick. Yes, that Don Myrick from the Phoenix Horns of Earth, Wind and Fire. That's his sax solo. Like the Isley brothers spared no expense to make sure Bloodstone had a hit record. They were like, man, we see what y'all see what the record labels industry has done to us, man. Come get with T-Net. We got something for you. And We Go a Long Way Back ends up being Bloodstone's biggest selling, most successful album after 10, 11 years on the Chitlin circuit. And of course, unfortunately, it was their last real big album to date because they stopped recording in 1984, and then guys came and went. Certain band members passed away, and Harry Williams was the last surviving original member. He was there all the way from the band start in 1962, but he died of heart failure last year. So that's it. Unless there's a Bloodstone tribute band coming, that's it. Because the Supremes rule, the Motown rule is if you're going to call yourself this band, you have to have at least one original band member. And that's how it worked. So the last surviving member of Bloodstone, Harry Williams, died last year. So that's it for Bloodstone, buddy. How does it feel? It's one of those songs that you never get tired of hearing, but for me, it's the perfect song in the dead of summer. And everybody's like, well, it's too hot for sex in the summer. Unless you got AC or a really strong fan, not really, but it's just one of those songs that just the instrumentation, even if it weren't about sex, the instrumentation is just very summer night chill vibes. Just relax. If you're driving somewhere, you find yourself singing along. If you're going for a walk like I do, you find yourself singing along, even though you can't sing, which is in my case. Or you're just sitting on the porch chilling, watching the fireflies or just watching the sunset or whatever, just hoping for a slight breeze while you sipping something on your porch or your deck or whatever. It's the perfect song for that. But I mean, if you really want to get busy to it, it's not a bad song to have in your arsenal, quite frankly. So I just feel like Bloodstone, their catalog is probably one that people don't visit enough, and present company included, but I'm going to get into that. But I just wanted to talk about that song because it's just one of those songs that just sets a vibe. Like it's one of those Quiet Storm gems that people don't talk about enough from the early days of the Quiet Storm. But if you go listen to the full 11 minutes, you will understand why that song just resonates so clearly with people of a certain age, people of certain intimate cues and all of those things, and you won't be disappointed. I mean, like I said, the whole We Go a Long Way Back album is pretty good. I'm going to do a review on that a little later on down the line, but I just wanted to talk about How Does It Feel because that song was on my spirit. But this is what I do here on the Groove Line, and I love doing it. I love sharing it with y'all, and I look forward to continue sharing it with you. So that's going to do it for day 18 of the BMM 30 series here on the Groove Line. Day number 19, It's going to be even better. This has been a really good week when you think about it. We've talked about Sylvester. We've talked about War. We've talked about Bloodstone. And we're going to talk about another gentleman we just lost recently who is, he was just transcendent for the music that he did. And he gave birth to other genres and other sounds out of that. That's a hint. I'm sure you guys can figure it out, but if you don't, just tune in on Thursday. You'll be glad you did. So thank you for riding with me on this ride for the Groove Line. Till the next time we ride, y'all be good or be good at it.